welcome to the Bitcoin Roadshow for the third time today, because you know what? I forgot to explain myself. I forgot to explain, rather than just being one of those guys that comes on and says, hey, this is going to happen and this is not why. I'm going to explain what I was thinking. The reason why I think that the Bitcoin price has a good likelihood of not only taking a while, quite a long time, maybe most of this year to reach 20k, but when it reaches there, it might be such a massive resistance point that I really think that the 20 to 100k level is a long way off. Never mind 1 million, John McAfee. So the reason why I think that is because I'm going to take my own experience. If I think back to the first time I got Bitcoin, and then I thought, oh cool, I've made all this money, and then I sold out of it, and then next thing you know, I remember saying, oh god, I've missed out. It was $115, and it was a real, oh, do I buy, do I not buy? Oh, it was such an internal struggle to really bring myself to spend $115 on Bitcoin, right? I remember it like it was yesterday. It was 2012 or 13, but you know, I do remember it so clearly. And then I thought, oh god, it used to be so cheap, and it's like, because I remember when it surpassed $1, and but yeah, 115 bucks. Now, so that's my own experience, and then you take the next experience, right? And that is, of all the mainstream adoption that started to happen in 2017. I don't know the exact stats, but I'm pretty sure you could say something along the lines of, for every person you had adopting crypto, there's probably 10 who said, not for me, right? Or still sat on the fence. And there've probably been people who've been sitting on the fence since as long as I've been in Bitcoin for. Who knows? I can't see how it could be worth $1 when the US dollar is worth $1. How can it be worth the same as the US dollar? You know, there would people be saying that at the time, or it's just some new fandangled thing. Oh, it won't last, blah blah blah. So, especially though in 2017, when people, those few of all the people who got pestered, and let's say for argument's sake that it was 1 in 10 who decided to go through with it, and right, that's it. Of those 1 in 10 who got in 2017, some maybe bought at 1,000, some probably sold at 20. They were laughing. Those were the rarity. If you got hooked into it, and you bought the arguments, you bought the reasoning, it made sense to you. Highly likelihood when you saw 20k, you were thinking this is going to keep on going. There's also a high likelihood that you were maybe, let's say, most of that adoption probably happened at the latter end of 2017. So I'm gonna put another false stat out there and say, let's say around about 20 to 30% of the people who bought Bitcoin in 2017 paid $10,000 to $20,000, right? Which means a sizable amount of people would have got burned, and they watched someone else, let's say at very least they watched someone else get burned, and they thought to themselves, damn, do I really want to risk my savings on this? The wife wants a holiday, the kids need whatever the hell it is the kids have been moaning and yelling for, and that would have kept people away. So the same people who are going to come in next time are some of those people who would have come in, are many of the people who would have been burned. Many of the people who weren't burned but saw others getting burned and think, you know, this is getting higher stakes now, you know, and they probably start doubting the value of it again, getting back in that thing, that mindset, thinking, yeah, okay, look, I really believe in Bitcoin, but really, is that really worth 100k? Is it really worth 200k? Wherever it's going to go to, right? And that's why I think it is going to be a slow, steady road, not something that's going to go, okay, it's worth 7,000, it's worth 10,000, well, now it's worth 50, now it's worth 100. Oh, now I don't think anything of it saying that it's worth 200, and now it's worth 1 million. I think that may actually be 10 years away, because of the simple psychology of it. And the thing is, it doesn't matter if the collapse of monetary system, there are so many people, like I said in the previous video, there are so many people who would just say, you know what, gold, silver, I can touch it, I can feel it, I can see it, I can see if someone's trying to steal it off me, and I'll just go with that, you know. Jesus, guy almost run on my side of the road. He was probably on his phone, filming himself. Anyway, I got peripheral vision, so blessing, I suppose. All right. So that is all I just wanted to explain about it. I still think that there's only one YouTuber that's given dates on this sort of stuff, because I buy the charts off that one guy. What's his name again? Steve from Optical Arts. And you know, he's been, as I say, criticized quite a lot. But his dates, I've seen his dates come true a lot of times, and especially on the shorter term trades. Longer term trades maybe not, but my feeling was sometime February. But his charts were showing the main crux of the dip would be more March, April. So, you know, if I have to hang on a bit longer to accumulate more Bitcoin from the Bitcoin I've got, then so be it. I'll be actually happy if I just keep what I've got rather than lose any. But yeah, it would be good to accumulate more, because I would actually like to sell out a little bit, just to do up some. I've just been buying stuff for the house, you know, renovations. And the reason why I'm saying this is because sometimes you got to remember to take profit. I had a situation a couple months ago where I didn't get my ass into gear and make a trade, and I could have made quite a lot. I'll put it this way, enough to pay for my next few months of living, and I didn't do it. And I didn't make the time, and then the price shot back up again. Ah well. But yeah, remember to take profit. Remember to have fun in life. If you're one of those people who have got, I don't know, above 30, 40, 50 Bitcoin, you know, just remember life is actually quite short. And also, we never know what's going to happen. The price for all we know could go back down to $6,000 and sit there for 3 or 5 years, and you'd be kicking yourself if you didn't sell some out at 10k, just to live a little bit of a good life and have some back, you know, stored away somewhere. I think that little what's it called? Not Grinch. What do you call that thing? Scrooge. The Scrooge McDuck scenario. There's one guy I cannot stand. This dude. I thought the channel he was all right at first, but he's a complete dick. His name is Adam Meister. He's a complete fucking tool. Anyway, he's on that mode of just keep on adding. It's a very shall we say Rothschild attitude to have. You know what I mean? Yeah, just a complete dick. It's not the right what's it called? It's not the right sentiment for the Bitcoin community, as is the fact that the dude actually believes, I don't know if you check his channel out, anyone, the dude believes in USD. He's still completely bought. He thinks Max Kaiser's crazy. Like, Max Kaiser's done probably more for cryptocurrency adoption than Roger Ver. The only person I can think that's done more is probably Andreas Antonopoulos. That's done more than Max Kaiser has for mainstream adoption of cryptocurrency. So what a dipshit thing to say. And to defend the monetary system, give me a bloody break. But then again, he is Jewish, so I think a lot of times these things, I don't mean for the money aspect, I mean for America remaining strong, because there is the Israeli attack dog. That's if I'm not sure if the guy's Zionist or not, but if he is a Zionist, that'll probably be the reason why he wants to see the American dollar continue to be used as a weapon against mankind. That's about it, really. Just wanted to explain my positioning on that one. Yeah, we could be in for a long, slow road. Oh yeah, so actually one more thing I'll mention. Let's say, for example, let's say we knew the future and it was going to go to 100k in, let's say, 5 years. On the way to that 5 years, it would jump up to 20 again. And then the new low would become 10, and it would jump up to 30. And then it would test the 15k level again, and then go up to 40, and then come down and test the 20k level, or even the 15k again, for all we know. And it would continue to shimmy like this for years, as it could happen. If I had one Bitcoin, if I had, let's say, 2 Bitcoin, and I know I'm nearing that, let's say we're looking at 35k, but it's looking a little bit dicey whether it's going to hold that level, I'd sell out half what I've got. And because it's almost a foregone conclusion that when the next dip comes, it's just a matter of waiting. I'm just saying this for people who want to save a little bit of time rather than being glued to a screen trading 24/7. Actually multiply your Bitcoin just by doing a lot slower trading, just more chill trading that doesn't give you sleepless nights, and still allows you to actually literally multiply it. Just an idea of a trading trading strategy, that I'm starting to use more now rather than the way I used to trade, which is like a madman. I made money, but I think I could have made just as much doing it the other way around. So that's all I wanted to just give that little pearl of wisdom there for anyone who is a trader. For anyone who's accumulating, so a friend of mine held off because I told him the price was most likely going to go down. It went up, but I still think it's going to go down. I still think he'll have his day. I was going to pay him in Bitcoin to just for stuff like to help you around the place, just do some work and shit like that. Maybe give me some wood, that kind of thing, firewood for next season. Looks like summer's over. I mean, winter's over, because it's pretty warm here now. I mean, it must be about 20 degrees. I'm in a t-shirt, you know what I mean? So that's February, Slovenia. It looks like the whole weather pattern in the world's screwed up. Don't mention climate change. So if you're going to accumulate, just do it. But it's the same I always say to people as dollar cost average. Let's say you had $100. For what it's worth, maybe chuck the $100 on. But if you think the price might come down, put $10 in, save the 90. If the price goes down a little bit, buy quite a lot more, maybe buy 30. If it comes down a lot more, just stick the whole lump in if you think that's as low as it's going to go. Then overall you can average out that you've still paid less than what you would have if you bought it on that one day. It's the simple theory behind dollar cost averaging. The main thing is keep accumulating more. Let's say, for example, you paid with your $100, you bought it at 10,000, and then you got gutted because your friend bought it at 5, right, for $100 worth. It doesn't matter, because next time he buys, he might buy it at 15, and you got it another dip at 10. And besides, you shouldn't be looking at what someone else is. It shouldn't matter what someone else is getting it for. I'm just kind of putting a scenario in there. Just the main thing is be accumulating in it. And I would actually still say, I've said this from the very, very beginning, because I've been in gold slightly longer than Bitcoin, in 2010. And I would say that even nowadays you should be, choose something you like, whether it's silver, whether it's gold, whether it's both, whether it's platinum, because platinum's very highly undervalued at the moment, so is silver. Maybe platinum's your thing, you want to be able to carry it around easily, but you don't want to pay the prices that gold are currently, because gold has started to make headways. Platinum will go back to where it naturally belongs, which is above gold, because it's much more rare than gold, and it's just as many uses. A lot of people prefer, of course, gold for jewelry, so but for as long as I've been alive, platinum was always more expensive than gold. I think it should still be above there, given the fact it's about 1/3 as rare, or even more than that, maybe a quarter as rare as gold. It's more dense as well. So yeah, maybe that'll be your thing instead. Buy that for, what is it, 800-900 an ounce at the moment. It will have its day. And if you've got heaps of space, then I would definitely say just stick to silver. If you're not moving around, you don't have to be mobile like me, moving around different countries and stuff, going through checkpoints and with limitations on what you can bring through. Just staying in one country, you've got a place, get a cheap safe, when I say cheap, safe shouldn't cost you more than $100. Get the smaller ones that cost you 50 and they're still solid as hell. No one's going to break into it in the house, concrete that in your floor, whatever. Don't trust any banks. Accumulate silver at what is it? Still under 20 an ounce, I think, and it will very easily reach 50 an ounce. You know, so I would say silver's your best bet if you've got the space. You don't mind, you know, you don't have to lug it around places. You know. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm glad I explained that so people don't get annoyed at me just pulling figures out my ass and about as far as the Bitcoin price in the next few years, but I really think that's what could happen. Prepare yourself. You know, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Ciao.